Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. It is 5 o'clock on the 18th of November, 2023. And we are, excuse me, I'm sorry, I was eating. Now I'm full of air. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. That is so embarrassing, but natural too. So yeah, we are at the week that was with your boy Clantis. So it's been a very interesting week. We started it off with Judge Ratha making a very strange judgment. Very strange judgment. We're like, wait a minute. So you're telling us that we could just walk into anything that we may have an experience of, or about, or read about, and that makes us a expert? I could actually hop onto a 18 wheeler, and because I moved it 400 meters in a straight road, now I have a expertise in driving 18 wheeler. I was like, that is the most callous, most unnecessary and unacceptable comment that he made. Because from what I understand, what judges say in court, in an open court, that is sometimes used, maybe in future cases, that the citations that they use, right, which they call authorities. That's because a judge made a comment, and that comment can be binding in a lower court. You get what I'm saying? And apparently, the South Gauteng High Court, the North Gauteng High Court, which is the Johannesburg, and the Pretoria High Court, whatever is said by judges there sort of had some kind of power of binding a court in Durban, like the Durban High Court. Even worse for the Bloemfontein High Court and probably what you call this, what's the court in the Eastern Cape, the High Court there, it's even more binding. So if Ratha Mukwatleng makes a comment like that, and somebody in the future, like Dr. Lani, for example, Matthew Lani, let's say in the future he is caught impersonating a doctor, and then he will go into the law books or law reports and say, oh, wait, here's my defense. In 2023, in the North Gauteng High Court, on this particular what case number 636, I think it is, in a Senzo Meyiwa murder trial, he made a statement in passing about what is an expert. So the fact that I'm able to read medical journals, I'm able to understand these medical journals, and then I create a TikTok video and I'm giving medical advice, that makes me an expert. Do you see the danger in what Mokwatleng said on Monday, especially when he even went as far as making an example with Dr. Chris Barnard's assistant, the black man that apparently taught him how to operate on a patient. So I'm thinking, okay, because he works in the operation theater, therefore he has expertise. I didn't understand that. I thought that was so dangerous of him making that sort of a dictum. I think that's how it's called, or something else. I'm not quite sure. Anyways, guys, I just want to come through and invite you. I have put a link in there for you to call in. And please let me hear what's on your mind. You don't have to show your face. You can just click on the link and then you can switch off your camera or you can turn it on, but your mic must be on. And then let me hear what was your take this week, because my biggest take is a video that I uploaded maybe 2 3 hours ago about what I learned from Bongani Danzi. Honestly speaking, it's not something that we've been talking about until the AVL exposed that this young man has a very good memory. Not only he has a good memory, probably he told himself from lessons that he may have learned. Because, like I said, with me as well, when I was growing up in primary school, we used to have these people from childcare. oh no, child line, and they would teach us how to survive a kidnapping, why we shouldn't speak to strangers. And they used to speak, they used to have these campaigns against drugs, against illegal substances, and things like that. Kidnapping was also one of the campaigns that they used to come every single week to teach us about. I think there was even a song that we were told to sing regarding our bodies. This is my body, my body, my body. Something, something, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. Meaning an adult is not allowed to touch you, especially an adult who has no business in touching your body. You see what I mean? We had those songs, and then we all had to memorize the child line number, which is 08000 I think it was five fives. And we needed to carry that with us all the way into our teenage lives and careers and things like that. So I'm thinking maybe Ntanzi also remembered that lesson and thought, okay, I can see what's going on here. I think I may be accused of a crime, or maybe these police are pretending to be police. Let me memorize everything. If I survive this, I know exactly where we were at, because I don't think some of these places that he was taken to, he has ever been there. But he was listening to the conversation on walkie-talkies, as well as the driver to the investigating officer, that we're going to Morocco now. Now we're going to Albertine. Now we're going here. Now we're going there. And he memorized all of that. Even memorized the cars that transported him or escorted him and things like that. And there was a time where I almost teared up when he said to Advocate Ngome Zulu, when he saw Jonathan, he just he feels like crying, meaning that Jonathan probably was the most traumatic and most cruel and evil one of all those police officers that were busy beating him, tubing him, and doing all that stuff to him. That is when I realized that, ooh, this boy is definitely traumatized and he's going to suffer from PTSD once all of this is over. I don't know how his life is going to be thereafter. Will he ever trust going outside, sitting by the fence? When he sees a police van pass by, will he not, his heart jump up? Will he not run for no absolute good reason? This is what they put him through. This is going to be with him for the rest of his life. It doesn't matter what therapy and psychologists and psychiatrists he's going to attend. This is deep. This is very, very deep. So yeah, please do come in. I do have the link. I'll post it again. Here it's coming. In case you haven't seen it, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's on your mind. What did you learn? What are you learning about AVLs? What are you learning about the GPS system that you've always had? And have you ever wondered, how do they know that we are now 200 meters, we're going to have to turn left, and then on the right is my final destination, or I have arrived at my destination? Please, guys, technology is very important. Yes, it can be manipulated. I accept that. But coordinates, sweet girl says, San Bonani. Hello, sweet girl. How are you doing? Thank you for coming through. Feels like, woo, stranger, where have you been? It's so good to see you here, Fezega. Thank you so much for joining this week. I've been missing you. Excuse me. Ooh, the air in my stomach. Matabello says, hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Okay, okay. I have Dan coming through. What's up? Okay, I'll come back to you just now. Let me just read the live chats
What's
and
up?
it's
How you doing, Clantis?
yeah, cool.
Okay.
Let's see. Vero, am I pronouncing it correctly? Vero Chiliza says hello, hello to you too. Metabello, hi clan, hello. Annie, hello clan, hello to you. Pila, I think police never anticipated that the case would go this far. Now the evidence is haunting them. Stupidity, let's just put it that way. Because why would you cook up a story like this in a case like this of Senzo Meyiwa? Probably if you cook a story with an ordinary South African, okay, maybe you'll get away with it. Maybe they've gotten away with many. But this is a Senzo Meyiwa case. Clearly, something ain't right upstairs with these police officers. They didn't anticipate. I agree with you, Pila. Vera says lies have short legs, very short legs, and they get tired real quick. You know, lies are shortcuts, but trust and believe me, they have run path very soon. And then they begin to say, I'm tired. Can we tell the truth now? Um, Mama Rocket says, hello, clan. Hello to you too. Dineo, hello, clan. Hi, Dineo. Sukul. Okay, there we go. The coconut. Mr. Gomete, let me put it that way. How are you doing? Dan also has said, greetings, Clantis. What's up? We're going to be talking very soon. Noni M, hello, girl. What's up? Hello, clan family. How are you doing, Noni M? Good to see you in. Tiani says, hi, fam. Hope you are all fine. I love this good work, Shem. Oh, the good work. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Mama Rocca says, I'm so shocked by the men and women in blue. Yeah, they keep shocking us. Honestly speaking, they keep shocking us. I don't know when we will actually get used to them. I don't think we'll ever get used to them, just like we can't get used to load shedding. The two same WhatsApp group. Because the thing is, we are paying taxes. We don't understand that. How come my taxes are now turning against me? Now I'm not safe, and yet I'm paying taxes. What's happening? You see what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So, Brad Dan, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, Clantis? How's everybody
Very well,
doing?
thank you. Very well.
That's
How are
good.
you doing?
Pretty good, man. Just taking it all in and just keeping up to the trial as best as I can. I haven't
Right,
really caught everything, but catching a lot of stuff. I've been
right.
catching this AVL situation, and it's very interesting. I think this guy, this expert that the state has called, he probably
Mm,
just should have left it where it was by just saying, this vehicle was at this street or at this street, because when I first heard it, it's almost like he's trying to be honest without contradicting the state. When he says
yes,
things like, "Oh, how do you know?" It's ridiculous. Oh, um, if we go, if you're on that street and then you go into the street, are you still on that street? To me, it sounds like he's saying, if you pull up at a garage and you
mm,
actually like if you go to a certain street at a garage and you pull into the garage, you're still on that street, but now you're not on that street anymore. You're in the street, but you're also like inbound somewhere. So let's
right,
say if you were on the side of a road on a highway, if you're on
right.
that road and he's saying, "Oh, you're near the road," is he saying that they pulled off the road? So you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it it's just very funny, but I think that's where the coordinates come to play, because
yep,
one
yep,
thing about coordinates is that they've been existing a long time. They can give you like pinpointed accuracy. So, for example, out here, right? A lot of people live off grid. They don't like to be, contacted, traced, any of that stuff. And the
right,
best way for you to like for you to contact me and meet me in the middle of nowhere where no device has, no tower or satellite can pick it up well, I have to give you the coordinates, and
yeah,
therefore, um, I mean, you can use something to find the coordinates and get to exactly where I am, because,
right.
like, let's say something like a GPS, it can
Yeah,
only
or
take
a
you
text
but so
box. Yeah,
right. It'll like space out and it'll leave you at the last known place. So then you kind of have to. It's something
mm,
like coordinates, but it's like moving coordinates that give you
right.
like a direction, but
Yeah, even the
it's not as
stars, even the stars, you can use them as
right.
coordinates. Yes.
Exactly. Right.
Mm,
It's navigation. You see.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
How you
No,
doing,
I
Noni?
agree. It was quite funny as well when he was asked about what does near mean.
Yeah.
This is I don't know if you know in South Africa we have this system called tender system. It's like outsourcing a company
Heard
to
of it.
do
Yeah.
a certain job.
They do it
So
here too, but very rarely though.
okay, oh okay. So
Yeah.
now this guy, you could tell that oh man, why did they call me? Because I'll have to
Mm.
tell the truth. But if I tell the truth, I may lose the contract. And if I don't tell the truth, I'm still going to lose the contract because I am lying under oath. and
Right.
possibly even go to jail. So he was in a catch-22 situation, and I was like, why did Baloy bring a what do you call this, a person who is conflicted? Because that's
Right.
conflict of interest. We
No.
want an independent expert. Well, now he's been given the job to go
Right.
and put
I think
together.
he was being
Right?
as honest as possible. Yeah, I think he was being as honest as possible by saying, you're on the street, but then if you go into it, you're still on it, but you're near it. He's basically saying you've entered the street and now you've gone into some, opening
Yeah,
or some place into that street. So you've kind of veered somewhere.
yeah,
So like you
yeah.
pulled into a garage or something.
Yeah, like a coordinate will, my neighbor's coordinates will be different to my coordinates, and then he'll
Right.
say, My next door neighbor's house is near my house."
Right.
So it was it was just playing with science, and it was funny. I felt bad for the witness, and I felt even worse for him now that he has this assignment. He has to take a chopper, fly all over these places, and collect the data, and possibly even drive to
No.
that as well, just to make sure that what he has is accurate, and then he comes
Uh,
and presents the report.
No, I don't feel bad. This is what's have to happen anyway. You see, these
Right,
people thought because once again,
mm,
they pull something out that comes back to bite them. You see,
right,
so
right. I
yeah,
don't know if you've been checking out the South African TikTok and some even YouTube, where South
mhm.
Africans with some resources they got the coordinates, and some people have been sending me
Ooh,
these coordinates. The what do you call these places? I don't know if you'll be able to see. There
uh,
are videos and pictures that are being sent. Like this is exactly what Ndanzi has been saying all along. It's true. And then if you look at these locations, I don't know if you'll be able to see.
oh, they kind of mapped it out. You mean?
No, yeah, they got the coordinates when they
I
were
did,
read out to court, and then they use their resources. Some people even use helicopters.
I did see somebody. They put some TikTok images up real quick on the YouTube, and I did see that they was like going from location look. I'm
Right.
not from you guys' side. I can't articulate everything what I'm seeing, but they
Yes.
clearly prove something. So
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. No, it was good. Basically what they are saying is that everything that all these police officers, the one that escorted Danzi, including the current witness and all the other ones that beat him up, they were lying on the stand.
right.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how far we are going to go with the trial within a trial once this particular witness comes back with the report.
Yeah, we're gonna see how long that's gonna take. I didn't expect it to be. I didn't think the trial within a trial itself would be
Nah,
this long.
I also didn't. I thought it was a 2 week thing. It was
Right.
about the admissibility of the confessions and done. That's what I thought. But
Yeah.
now it opened a whole can of worms. Okay, then we go to Noni M podcast. What's up, girl? What's up? What's up?
Hi guys, how you doing?
Very well, thank you. How are you doing?
Good. Thank
I'm
you.
fine, thank you. It's been long, yo.
I know, hey.
It's- anyway, for me, guys, this past week was just as much as it was fruitful in a way because at this point, if there is anyone in this country or anyone who's watching this case religiously and still does
Hmm.
not believe what Ndanzi says, Ndanzi's claims, I don't know how their mind works. I honestly don't know how their mind
I mean,
works.
I want to start seeing matric certificates from this point.
Exactly. At this point, no, man, no,
Hmm.
no, no. We cannot be having people that are still saying, like, how do you know that Danzi is innocent? We are not saying he's not a criminal because we don't know him personally, but
Hmm.
according to everything that we have heard from the court up to this point, uh-uh. No,
Common
no,
sense.
no. No, 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 no. At this point, that clever Ratha who's supposed to be, I'm listening, I know everything. He's supposed to say, after this witness comes back, actually, he's supposed to say, guys, please, man, stop wasting the state's money. This is
No, but
nonsense.
before
That's
that,
what he's supposed
before
to
before we want Jininda, then he can close.
I was about to get into that situation. Is it possible? Because you know what, in this country, ne, you will think people don't know each other. Ne? You
Yeah,
will think people
yeah.
don't know each other in this country of ours. I remember in one
Mm,
of my videos, I was saying, if someone sits there and, for instance, Duplessis said that it's not impossible for the data to be manipulated, but it will be hard. I was like, come on, my guy, this is South Africa. It's either you
mm,
are captured. If you are not
mm.
captured, something else, you are manipulated in this country.
You
It's
should have
either you
pressed
are
him for a
captured,
yes or no.
those are the
Yes.
things that are happening in this country. If something is not captured, it's then it means it is tampered with. Those are the things that
Yes.
are happening in our country. Those There's nothing else when it comes to
Mm.
government. So I don't understand why would he be bold and say it's hard. What does he think the IT people are doing in these varsities? I Come on now.
You know.
They don't need to go to Harvard for this. They are doing the things. For instance,
Mm.
how are we getting these coordinates right now?
Yep.
And not for
Like
nothing.
I said in one of my video, even a 11th grader can do the coordinates and pinpoint the place. Like this is it.
I
That
think the
is
Back
defense.
in
even
the
11th grader
back in
is
the
If,
day,
listening.
South African child, back in the day, Clantis, when you were still in high school, back in our days, we couldn't do those things. They can't tell us that now. Come on now, come on. They
There you
can't.
go.
So I did not understand his evidence when it came to that. The other thing that I felt like at this rate, if we still have people that are non-believers when it comes to the innocence of the five IQs, when it comes to this case, I don't understand their thought process, because everything has never linked them to the crime. Ever. There's nothing that
You know,
ever links them
you know,
to the crime.
I will tell you who those people are. Because I also do my little thing in the background.
Research.
They are
Yes.
bots.
You know?
Like, it's a one person. It's one
Mm.
person that is
So many.
hired. Is hired by either the state or somebody that is for the state, and their job is to counteract anything that is in opposition of the state. And currently now, they will target like voices that are influential in the public space. I'm a target. I get about 6 or 7 in the comment section. The bot, it's the same bot because I see the IP address. If you are watching, I do see your IP address. I know the person, I know the location they're at, where they're doing this thing. And then they're the same people that you will see, in fact, the same person you will see in the
Different
SABC
names.
live
ABC
chat.
chat. Let's go.
Right. And then you know how much they get paid a month to do this? Take a wild guess.
Highway now.
Measly amount of money of 2,500 rand just to be stupid. Just to be stupid. Because you will see, you must check the common denominator when they are commenting. It's one liner. Ratha is smart.
All right.
Ratha is telling the truth. Ratha for what president? But then
I
if you
blocked them on my YouTube
you're wasting
thereby
your
when
time.
I
You're
was
wasting your time because when they get blocked, they open another Gmail account.
Oh snap. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what bots do, anyways. When they get blocked, they know they will get blocked, and then they'll open another Gmail account. And you block them, they open another one until this whole process is over. That is why they're called bots. But someday the YouTube algorithm does have an algorithm that dictates bots. It's just that it hasn't dictated it yet, and once it does, we'll never see him again.
they need
The
to be
tender is
reported.
over. That's how cheap bots are. Some of them they get paid 50 rand a day just to make stupid noises. Yeah, bots. So
Oh,
The
never
last thing
don't
that I
entertain
wanted,
them. I don't entertain them at all because I know who the person is. I even know the name of the person.
uh,
shame
I have
on
wait. Quick question: Is there's like three? I call them trolls because at this point it's either personal or they're just trolling. There's Mrs. K, there's
Mhm.
Justin, and there's Walter.
Same person, same person, same person.
Really all three?
Yeah, as you
Justin,
make
Wow.
them.
Mrs.
Name them one person.
Wow. Okay.
And the same person as well has an other
Well,
what do you call this
same
email
account,
address?
you mean?
Yeah, yeah, same account, but
Okay.
different. Yeah, but you see the one that also does 360, 375.
Mm.
Like you see, like multiple 375, three seven
I
five.
hate that. Yeah.
That's the same person.
Hmm.
That's the same person. Yeah,
You
bought.
know, because you know what, and I've been meaning to bring that up, and I always forget as many times as I've came up here. I mean, we don't control anything, but I just figured to say to the responsible people who's tuning into the trial on the SABC, it's kind of distracting for those who want to make the comment, and you just see those three
Right.
seven. I mean, we all want the 375, but honestly,
Yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah.
childish. And when one person does it, people just jump in, and so it kind of explains a lot now that you make sense of it now.
Yeah. The whole point is to distract you
Mm.
from what's happening. So you start talking a different conversation
There's no
away
doubt.
from what is currently happening. They play reverse
It's not
psychology. The
working.
boss is the boss. The person who gave the tender is the smart one, the
Mm,
mastermind. Like
you
this
know
is
why?
what you are going to do. But
Because there's no doubt
unfortunately,
these people are reading. I'm sorry, but there's no doubt these people in the courts are looking and reading in the chat, and like Griselda and them, like this extra perspective they're getting right there for free. You see,
right,
so things like comments and chats. There's no doubt that
right,
these public figures and these, are are are,
right,
are getting,
right.
you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the easiest way as well to spot them is in the beginning they will put like emojis. Like there's one that will put vegetable emojis. For a few days, they won't say anything. They just put vegetable emojis, vegetable emojis. Eventually, and they'll say a price, and then you'll be like, "Hey, why are you selling these things?" They know they've already caught your attention. Next time when they make a comment, you will pay attention to them and even engage them. It's one person. I know the IP address. I know everything about this individual. I'm just waiting for them to do something stupid,
Something else.
something totally stupid that I would not tolerate.
Wow.
But
You,
yeah, don't entertain them. It's one dumb person, very very dumb person. I know they may trick results.
mm,
F's. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the thing. If you are going to target me, I want to know who's the enemy. I want to know
right.
who are you. Let me use my resources and the money I got, and I will go and check your background. Now then, I'll know that this is what I'm dealing with.
Well, if normal people can do things like this and can be employed to do things like this, all I can say is all roads lead to Rome, because
Yeah,
it's all for this case anyway, right? It's all
absolutely.
to go along with one narrative, one perception. So all roads lead to Rome. And that kind of
Yeah,
goes into my next point real quick. I think Beloy should have just gotten Ganinda out of the way and just like these key figures he should have called up first because now I didn't know what any of these people looked like. Zungu and Mosia and
hmm,
Ganinda. When the public is stirring about what they're saying and the contradictions, and now like we're seeing their faces, stories are coming up. We're seeing them next to ministers, and you know everything is pulling together. So all roads lead to Rome. So it's like that kind of power, even to go down to the local level and to obstruct, the
hmm,
public and
hmm,
whatnot. It
hmm.
kind of goes into what Tefo was saying, but he just didn't articulate it very well.
Yeah,
You know.
absolutely. Most of the things that he has uttered, because I have to go back and do some little research on, because I didn't follow the first trial. I didn't know who he was. So now
Mhm.
everybody keeps talking about Defo. So I had to go back and watch some of the
Oh, you didn't
trials.
see the
And
first?
no, I didn't. I had no interest. I lost interest in the Senzo Meyiwa matter in 2015.
I know I'm laughing because of the last judge because you know what people kind of miss him, but I think they just forgot him. That's all. That guy was pretty annoying too. He was just
Really?
angry from just angry was his mode. you know,
Wow. Wow.
always
To a point where
annoying.
he's moved, I can
Yeah,
imagine.
yeah.
I can imagine. Yeah, but anyways, that is the thing that I picked up. What do you think of Ndanzi? That's the thing now. I think this AVL has now given us a perspective about the person he is.
Yeah,
Very
I
bright,
think
yeah.
he's a
Yeah, very bright.
yeah, I think he's a credible person,
Very
and he has
smart, very smart,
very
with a
smart.
Yeah,
photogenic memory.
yeah, the
He
mental,
fought
yeah,
whatever he
photographer.
says because I don't think
Yeah,
Tanzi knows Gauteng province that much for him to be photo because the photographic things that he gave in word for word, there they are in the
yeah,
pictures and the code people are taking out right now.
exactly, exactly. And then this thing that keep ringing in my head. What Alaya Mukhane is. It's like, oh no, we were talking about how he's good at Zulu dance, and now the AVL is saying something different. That is
Yeah.
embarrassing for an old man like that to lie like that. And then Ratha said, guys, please
I was
tell me
pissed.
I'm not the only one who saw what happened yesterday. What did you think of Ratha? This 360-degree turn, what happened there?
Was that the day JP was there,
Besides,
or was it?
okay, let's say, okay, what is your speculation
Um,
that what do you think happened on Thursday?
I think he's
His boss
he,
was there, JP Mlap was there, and then in the period that he was there, he was well behaved, very well behaved. I want to believe Mlambo went there because obviously people do know about social media and they do know the things that are happening. Maybe one of his children or someone or something happened and showed him this is what he does in this court case because he's not there physically. So they did listen maybe at some point, and he was like, let me go have a meeting with him. As much as after he left, he started being himself interfering, but he was interfering, in my view, in a good manner right now. He was asking relevant questions and he was not with the state. He was asking relevant questions. And even before Thursday, I don't want to lie, I don't trust him. For me, I've always felt like he's unfair. And number two, he already has a decision and he knows what he's there to do. That's why he's irritated with the defense because he don't want to hear anything because he already knows what he's here to do. It's like he was selected to come and do one thing and one thing only is to take these guys to prison. But at this point, I kind of feel like that was before even Thursday. Maybe this judge will surprise us. Maybe this judge is giving Baloy a long rope. The reason I'm saying that, remember I was saying earlier on, you don't know how people know each other in SA. Why am I saying that? It's because the person that brought this man from retirement is Ramaphosa, right?
Yeah,
right,
Allegedly,
well,
it's Ramaphosa.
recommended by Jesse.
right.
Yes. So
Yeah.
if that is the case, let's say it's Ramaphosa that recommended him, and Ramaphosa and BC, this Minister of Police, I don't think they get along. I think BC could be on that other side of the JZ. I don't know
Mm,
politically on their ANC
mm,
situations.
mm,
And then if there is
mm,
a beef of some sort that is going on there, BC is very close with G-Man, whose name is always there, allegedly.
mm,
Allegedly,
mm,
BC is very close to Mr. G, whose name is always
mm,
there, and we are waiting for tickets from him. Yeah, but so
mm,
in those
mm,
situations, when you look at it, what if right now the person that must be taken down is not just Mr. G-Man, but also Baloy, because
the whole
allegedly
syndicate.
there was a
Mm,
time Baloyi was put on hold on his work by Jay-Z when he was president, allegedly.
mm,
So what if Ramaphosa is going to clean out everything else that is dirty in there and deal with this situation? And the Ratha's job, go there, play dumb, look, act as if you are with them. And then once those guys give enough information to rope them in, we will deal with them that way. I don't know. It's just my brain going wild. That's how
mm,
I'm thinking
mm,
about the situation. I'm just thinking
mm,
maybe
mm,
it's there. They will deal with it, and then this one will go free. They will sue the state, and then we go back to the case at hand, the one that is a
Mm.
real case when it comes to the Senzo Meyiwa family. Otherwise,
Yeah.
for now, let's use the situation to deal with this problem that we have.
Yeah.
It could be that you know how political people are. Because why would
Mm.
Ratha go and pick someone who is in retirement for this? Why couldn't he say to a judge who is still working, listen, all your
Well,
cases that you have, give them to other people. And then when I want you to look after this case and make sure that it's done. Why couldn't he do that?
well, let me say
Mm.
something about that.
Mm.
I was gonna say the other day, right? Was it yesterday? I think honestly, Rata is hoping that all that the defense are claiming it cannot be found on any of those AVLs actually, because when he's saying he basically took 5 minutes of picking up the
Mm.
paper to the to witness, basically to say, is it able to pick it up if they stopped at a garage, basically. And the guy said, yeah, I'll be able to see. I think he's doing that because one way or another, he's hoping that is a way he can spin or just clearly show that there was no div- diversions from what, they were told by the witnesses.
Right.
Also on the so-called fairness of Rata, right? The way he's being now, right? Don't forget, we're still in not only the trial within the trial, but for the trial itself, we're still in the prosecution's side, and this is somewhat typical of a judge's behavior. If by the time the defense posts their argument, when it's their time, if we don't see Rata um,
Mm.
treating the defense with such care as he does with Beloy, then we can say, okay, this guy is biased because he may scrutinize Beloy when he does his cross examination. He may give
Mm.
him fire. We haven't
Mm.
seen it yet because, geez, Beloy's calling everybody in the world. It's like nobody really knows the defense still has to shoot their shot.
Right.
They haven't. Yeah, so we're not even in the main trial again yet. We're still. So right now, I think, are they arguing now in the trial within the trial?
I think they will.
Oh, they haven't started yet. Okay,
No.
but
No.
and real quick on the point of why Ramaphosa had picked out Rata, right?
Right.
It could be a conspiracy or whatever, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
it's because honestly, a time issue was always lamented even before the
Yeah.
first trial started. So Rata is
Yeah.
retired. He's got no other things going on, so he could deal with minimal postponements.
Mm.
So I think that's why there's no other cases he has to go on to, and he has
Mm.
somewhat of credibility because I've looked him up a little bit. He's
Yeah.
dealt with the HHP funeral interdiction. He's dealt
Right.
with the crime boss Richard Mduli
Mm.
case,
Right.
and I think he dealt with one of the very early Agrizzi matters. I'm not sure,
Yes.
but
Yes.
he
You did.
he did
Mm.
have experience with high profile
Right.
public interest cases. So, and he
Yeah.
doesn't have anything on his schedule. So I think that's why, because
Mm.
he was flying through the trial, but it's Beloy and not submitting things to the defense and a
Right.
thousand witnesses.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. And besides that as well, from what I understand about judges, when you retire, you're actually on standby because you're still earning state salary, exactly how every other active judge is earning. So when they pull you out of retirement, it's on that salary anyways. So you're always on standby as a judge. It's like being a president. Once a president, always a president. Once a judge, always a judge. So we
Yeah.
could be pulled out of retirement at any given time and then return you back once you are done. As Dan has put it, is to minimize delays and postponements and things like that, as opposed to if an active judge was presiding over, where now and again they'll have to postpone and hear the other matters and things like that. So that is why they pulled Rata, because he's still earning the state's money as a judge. So yeah, I think that's the. I don't know. I could be wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody in the know, I'll highly appreciate that. So this is my conspiracy about what I think initially happened. Here's a case of a soccer star that was murdered in his girlfriend's house. The police botched the investigations, lost in very valuable evidence, and now probably the minister of police briefed the his men and said, "Find me anybody,
Hmm.
anybody at all. Find me those people. Make sure that those people are scumbags, people that when the public hear of what they are responsible for, they will just quickly buy our story."
Remember he
That's what.
told Ramaphosa. Remember he told Ramaphosa, "I will close this case." Remember,
Yes,
or like it
yes,
was said.
definitely. And then I asked
So
myself, if you fail for however many years, what makes you think this time around you will actually solve it? That's when I was like, I'm gone. My mind went back to 2015 when I gave up on this matter. So my conspiracy, therefore, then says, then Ramaphosa, I think, was briefed and told that, listen, this is the direction we're going to take. It's not only going to be good for you as president, your what do you call this, your legacy, that if you are spoken about in the future, they'll say under your presidency the most difficult murder was solved. He was like, probably, okay guys, do whatever you need to do, I want this thorn off my foot. And now they had to brief these men then found these five people. One of them is serving 6 life sentences for being a hitman. That number four also, I don't know how many murders is committed. Three, I don't know how many murders is committed. But where they made a mistake is with Ndanzi. Ndanzi was just roaming the streets of Tembisa, and boom, police picked him up because he may have looked, they profiled him basically. He may have looked like somebody, when if we present him to the public, they'll say, yeah, definitely criminal. And then they found number one, who I'm told he is facing attempted murder of his girlfriend. Put all five of them and pin this the death of Senzo Meyiwa onto them. But they kind of like missed some few facts according to the, what do you call this, the eyewitnesses. Eyewitnesses speak of two people. Why do we have three more that are in the dock? So that is where things started falling apart. The crime scene itself started also showing signs that it was tampered with. And then you have now these police officers. And I think Judge Ratha Mokwatleng, or maybe Judge President, and Ratha Mokwatleng, when he was briefed, like, listen, there are five people that you are going to put away for the rest of their miserable lives. You are going to act neutral. Unfortunately, Ratha, he cannot help himself. He showed favoritism from the get-go with the state. Possibly, you are correct, Dan, that maybe when the defense takes it's their turn to start bringing in witnesses, he may act exact same way as he's acting with the state. I don't think so, because what I saw yesterday is, in fact, starting with the visitation by JP, maybe the brief changed. Like, listen, the AVL is going to have all of us, especially the judiciary. The South African public is not having it with you, and they're not having it with the story that was cooked. And we are changing gears. You are now going to either be neutral, or you are going to start showing favor towards the defense. That is what I saw yesterday. I was like, okay, maybe the brief changed. It's no longer what it was. Maybe the president himself was like, guys, no, 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 no. Nobody believes this.
mm,
Nobody believes this. So now I think we are towards wrapping up. I'm giving this matter up until probably before the 15th of December. Would have wrapped up. Just like that. Ratha will use his discretion as a judge to put an end to this. That's my suspicion, and I'm calling it.
I wish they would just please call him to order somehow and put it on the record, even if they make an application or just say something about his behavior, so that way it's on record. Because when he rules in the state's favor, it'll be there that they tried, that they said something, because they're gonna be like,
Mm,
oh well, did you make a complaint? Did you
mm,
call him to order? Did you, you know? But yeah,
yeah,
everything you say, I totally agree with. You know.
yeah.
Um, oh, and and it's trial within the trial. Like I said, listen, I'm only waiting for two things at this point. At this whole
Mm.
trial, the trial within the trial, waiting for Ganin to show up because
Right.
he's gonna show up again, but now he has to show up sooner because of the trial within the trial. You know,
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
waiting for that, and I think Beloy and the public is aware that as soon as the trial within the trial is over, there's a certain application pending to be filed.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Right.
So
Right.
there's a certain
Yeah.
application pending to be filed that was said by a certain advocate. So um, we're waiting for that as soon as this trial within the trial is done. And Beloy is just stretching because he listen. We're all aware. If we're aware, he's aware.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I think so. I think so. I think the cat is out of the
Oh,
bag.
hmm.
The cat is out
And
of the bag, and now they are salvaging.
And one more thing too, right? I think the defense for every time the state calls a so-called expert, whether it was for cell phone data or anything, they need to counter and call their own expert. They need to do
Right.
that, unless they have that plan for the arguments. But you know, so far they're
Yeah.
doing a fine job breaking down the
Right.
the, what do you call that? You know, the forensics of all of these so-called experts. You know,
Yeah, I do know that there's an expert that is the ballistic. Is it the ballistic guy? He's in the wings waiting, but he's waiting in the main trial. So I think
uh,
as well the reason why Ratha was adamant that there needs to be a point of reference in this report of to pre is so that they can cut all these other processes that will take even longer for the trial within a trial to come to an end. That is why it's like give this guy instructions of both sides. What do you guys want to see in the report? So that when they come back, they don't have to waste time. It's either that report is going to be admitted into evidence without it being cross-examined, or it comes with discrepancies. And I think it's going to come with discrepancies if the defense does not give Dupree their own instructions. And exactly what do they want out of the AVL? He needs to draw up, because Balo is going to pick and choose.
right? But
And then when Balo picks and choose, that's when they will have objections. And now you have to go back again for maybe another 2 weeks or a month to put together these coordinates.
yeah, man, yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, I was gonna say let's see how long we wait and get those coordinates though.
I suspect 2 weeks at most, because those are a lot of places.
then we
No,
will see them next year if it's 2 weeks.
well, that's what I think. It's probably 2 weeks.
You
Even
know what though?
Gininda will come next year. He's not coming this year.
But no, no, no. In the meantime, they should have Gininda. Like how they're going to have the one that's writing exam.
When are they closing? When are they closing in December? Because let's say this Monday they bring Muhola, Mamfundisi Muhola, and then that first week of December they bring Gininda. So when are they closing?
I think I'm not quite sure when the court term ends. I thought it ended. It ends in September. I'm actually shocked that it. Okay, maybe I was too optimistic. I don't know, but I think they might actually have an extension with this one, because Judge President promised the nation that this case will end before end of term, court term. So it doesn't look like we are near that. And that is why I think that we are actually at the end of this case, where the judge is going to use his discretion after collecting
Have
all.
we done? Have
I
we
think that
witnesses?
uh, no, I think he's going to use his discretion after gathering all this information. The AVL is the death or the final death of the state's case.
Mm,
Once those coordinates have been put together and pinpoints these areas, and these areas are actually corroborating everything that Ndanzi has said, it's done for
right.
them. It's done for the trial within the trial as well as the main trial. DNA in the main trial says none of them were in Commando House.
Have they called at least 100 witnesses?
Have they what? You cut there a bit.
Have they called at least 100 witnesses because they have 100 something witnesses?
109, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know at this point. At this point, it is called the entire SCPS. So I don't know on this one, honestly speaking. But anyways, that's what I think has happened, and that's my conspiracy
and
theory.
and there's already a culture, already a precedence of documents being asked for and not being presented. You know what I
Documentary.
mean? They need to come in the form of subpoenas by the defense. See, that's the one thing that frustrates me. See, they're doing great arguments, but they're not
Mm.
like they're not administering, like applications to the clerk as they should. You see, they're not
Yeah,
doing that kind of power. You see,
and also in preparation for Supreme Court of Appeal if Ratha decides to do his own thing.
right? I
Yeah,
mean, but what they've they've asked for a lot of stuff, and they've not, and and they don't get it. So I don't
yeah.
know.
Maybe it works differently in the South African High Court. I don't know because I would have made a lot of submissions myself.
No, I'm saying
From
for the witness, they ask witnesses to come back with notes and with you know,
yeah, yeah,
and I don't hear the defense making a big fuss about it. So I don't know.
yeah. Maybe it works differently. I'm not quite sure because I would have made an application that the judge who made an order on Friday that this witness must go home was Natal from Johannesburg, especially in Nongoma, where the Zulu comes from. It's about 8 to 10 hours drive from Johannesburg,
You
and
talking about
all the
Dupree?
state resources that were used to drive him, that's
Oh,
taxpayers' money.
right.
And then he comes on Monday with a pre-arranged judgment, and that's where I lost it.
Yeah,
I
everybody
lost
remembers that. I'm surprised the defense didn't like actually make
challenge.
like a big note of that, like a public record of that. That's crazy.
I agree. I
But
agree.
I
Agree
mean,
with
the
that one.
news even reported on it, but whatever.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that one. Definitely. Well,
Yeah.
anyways, thank you so much for coming through and letting your
Thanks for
thoughts
having me up.
out and your opinions about what happened this week. Let's see how things play out. I hope that my conspiracy theory plays itself out. Let's
Yeah.
see.
All right. I'll see you this week. Thank you very much for having me up. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much for always supporting the channel. I appreciate you. All right, guys. So let's go to the comment section because I think I'm going to be load shedded at 6, and it's now 8 minutes to go, 7 minutes to go. So let me just quickly read your live chats and see what you wonderful people have said. Where was I the last time? I just gone past. Noni M podcast. So let's Tiani. Hi fam, hope you are all fine. I love this good work, Sham. No, thank you. Yeah, I think I've read till that far. Lucia says they wouldn't have cooked the case if Senzo was not killed by the son of a powerful man. Right? Right? You guys know where I stand with the person I suspect killed Senzo Meyiwa. I have not moved or shaken by that. But no intruders. There was never intruders. Why did he go there angry? He was blinded by anger and possible hatred for the man that is responsible for him not finding his girlfriend. Right? Lucky says Gininda could be having aspirations of being an author of fictitious stories. Who knows? But who's gonna buy that book of a discredited police officer, right? Fezaka says you clan Egwa. Oh, you clan Egg. Wait. Ooh, my Afrikaans. Let's get it. Fezaka says you clan Egvas Hatfall. Nguratata, no Vaseline, but when I watch Friday and you also explain this trial, then I say, let me come back and watch you. I salute Ntanzi. Definitely Ntanzi, I'm super impressed with him. Super, super impressed. Lulamile says, greetings, clan. It's my first time commenting here. Thank you. My advice to the defense attorneys is to go to Google Maps, search bar, and put those coordinates and go straight to the pins. Right, right. Fesaka says, hi, Nonisto Mbokoto. Oh, okay, you're greeting Noni. Tiani says, can we see them? What is BR again? Mamureka says national TV must inform us about Gininda's testimony. Surely we won't go to work. It must be a holiday. South African holiday. We're having one on the 15th of December because of the World Cup. Dikalisa say, I salute Ntanzi for memorizing every little piece of information, places he went, the cars they were driving, regardless of the pain he was going through. Whew. Yeah, because some of us, me, I am intolerant of pain. I would have forgotten that I'm kidnapped. President says, Glenn, my concern is why they stopped to for every stop, Kotwa, he was a dangerous person. Nangoku lady was beaten allegedly by subs here in Eastern Cape. Bahamba Bebai too. Omye ran away when she went to open a case. Wow, I don't know about that story. Yo, and that's a very good question. The status is Ndanzi is very dangerous. Hence, you have sweepers and escorts. And now the status changes and they drive with him for hours, risking themselves if Ndanzi indeed is a dangerous criminal. Mamoreko says now Baloy and his agents are going through throw things to my bed. Yes, a dead man. Of course, a dead man can't talk. Point the finger at the dead man, but I think the court is not that stupid to realize that he's now the fall guy. Perhaps me, I'm thinking even further that this death probably was deliberate so that they will have something like this to hold on to, that when they are pinned against the wall, they just say the dead man, the dead man, the dead man. But I don't think the court is that stupid. The court is not that stupid because at some point you also need to use your common sense in answering the question because we can't resurrect the dead person, right? Uh Dicolisa says yes, Mrs. M, Walter, and Justin. IP address does not lie, just like the coordinates. China says bring Spaza House 375 now. I want to see something. Fezaka says subs ignore her, didn't want to take her complaint. Luckily, there was someone who saw it in the Monet Queen News. Oh, okay. Oh, somebody did. The thing is, somebody will always see something. They might hide because they don't want to be seen and then find themselves in trouble. But somebody always sees something. That's what I learned about life. That you may think you're doing something in the darkness, but somebody is watching that you had no idea they were watching. Blanche, hi Blanche. Clantis, the clan. Good afternoon. I'm a very sensitive person. I listened to someone retelling the ordeal. I literally cried. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. I don't want to lie. I've seen Danzi showing signs of trauma, especially when Jonathan was on the stand. I was choking my tears away from rolling down my face. Patience says, Blanche, that's true. I noticed that too. Decolisa says, and Dance's face show misery and innocence at the same time. Blanche says he will need to sue the state millions and millions of rands. Do you even think he will treat his family after this, it's going to be very, very sad for him, I must say, after here. His mind. Ticolesa says he is going to start from scratch and he won't trust anybody. He will have to go for counseling, even though some of us black people don't take it seriously. Okay, I wanted to say something as a person who's actually been to counseling, but let me leave it there. Let me leave it there. I don't want to discourage people from getting therapy. It's very important. Tubo says, Blanche, that's why I am asking if this old man Ratha has children or grandchildren. He is facing dances full time. He sees his facial expressions more than anyone. That should ignite his conscience. Possibly he's been noticing and noting it down every time a particular witness took the stand. I would also look to see what his reaction will be. That will convince me whether the witness is going to tell the truth or not. Pilar says, Tabo, you summarized the whole Bible, brother. Articulation says that is so true. Google Pretty says Gininda, his AI over the drama. He's the only person who can come and tell us as the country yini ekona yonke indawo. He's the mastermind. Apparently, he's the head of the cold case unit in the SABS. Sean says Gininda is busy cooking up evidence, mechanics to testify, dockets, even coordinates, laying the basis for his testimony. I would not be shocked if duplicity is being tubed. Duplicity is being tubed right now. Hey, we can never put it past him. Fesaka says, hope you Dupree Bangam Zingeli, allegedly, we need him. Well, he is employed by the SAPS. The only thing they can do is to threaten him with the tender that if you don't toe the line, we are going to terminate. So that is why independent experts are needed, people who have no interests at all. Unfortunately, this particular witness, Mr. Dupree, I feel like he's this is a conflict of interest for him to even be given this task. I think the court should have made an order that an independent expert be called and briefed on what they need to do regarding putting pictures or drawing the full picture on the AVL and the behavior of that Toyota Fortuner that was driving Danzi all over the place. Nelisa says the day Kininda gets his week or weeks in court, SA should declare a holiday for that. What about our economy? It's gonna fall into pieces. Plank says JP, the principal, rocked up in class and all the naughty kids behaved. Mr. Ratata got to his judge behavior. That's exactly how it felt like. It felt like the principal walked in. I'm telling you, back in my primary and high school days, the principal, sometimes if it's not the principal, is going to be an inspector without us knowing. But, anyways, I don't think they had anything to worry about because the school was pretty active when it came to the education and participation in lessons. So I don't think they ever got any bad reports. But I know that feeling when somebody you don't know just takes up a seat in the back of the class and you're like, and then who are you? But, anyways, you focus on the lesson and participate in the lesson, and then the person you'll never see them again. Sometimes the principal, him or herself, will just walk into the classroom and just take a seat in the back and observe the entire period. And you're like, why is she here? Everybody's looking at each other and like, and everybody's like, the shoulders are like this. So I know that feeling because if you're naughty, definitely you will take the naughty corner and things like that. But anyways, guys, I think that this is the end of this live stream. Thank you all so much for participating. Those that came through, Noni as well as Dan, I appreciate you guys for always adding your intelligence and your analogies in the lives about the week that was in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. Yep, we three of us have different conspiracy theories about what exactly happened. Let's see which one plays itself out. I believe before the 15th of December, this case is going to be over. Judge Ratha is going to cut the umbilical cord and save the taxpayers from this misery of a case. And I hope that justice will be served for Senzo Meyiwa and his family by seeing the six people, possibly seven, that were with him on the 26th of October 2014. One of them is the killer, and all of them are protecting this killer, right? That's just my thinking, my opinion, and the way I see it in my head when I'm rubbing my two IQs together. Guys, thank you all so much. Nedisa say thank you, Clantis, Noni, and Dan. Yes, thank you so much, guys. Wahala says thank you. Thank you. That's an interesting name. Or two of them are killers. Oh, yeah. Oh, who knows? Anyways, guys, thank you. Let's see each other again next week, Saturday, when we once again do the week that was. I appreciate you guys so much for the likes and the comments and the support. We hit 12,000 subscribers at 1 o'clock today. I jumped for joy. I was like, oh, yes, you guys, because you are clicking the like button. I hope before you leave, you're also going to click the like button on this live so that the algorithm pushes the live to more people and gather us more clan members. 12,000 more, and another 12, and another 12, and so on and so forth. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Google Pretty says, Clantis, please don't forget to bring the story for Rosemary too. Yes, I have decided that I'm going to do the story because I see the request is what do you call this? It is unanimous. I am also going to leave a committee post poll, and then you can vote. But I'm persuaded that yes, indeed, because I am fascinated. I'm very fascinated about this case. I missed the Rosemary Lovo one. I only did it in my true crime channel. If you are interested, the iron bars, go to the iron bars. You will see all my true crime YouTube videos there that I used to do. And Rosemary Lovo's case is there. It's like a complete what happened. I tell the whole shebang story, what happened there. And other stories you will see Ananias Mate, you will see yeah, there's a lot of serial killers on that story. Then you actually realize that I actually love true crime. I love true crime. I think I told you guys, no, it was not on this channel, that my desire was to be a lawyer. And for some reason, true crime has been something that I truly enjoy. And I enjoy also creating these stories, not creating, but creating videos and retelling those stories as to what happened. The Iron Bars. That's that channel. If you're interested to check out Rosemary Lovu's story that I told her. I also told story of Karabo Mukwena and Sandile, whatever his name is. Yeah. So yeah, guys, I think I'm blabbing at this point, but let me read again. It's a little bit difficult to leave. Nelisa says, hi, I didn't know we are at 12,000. Yeah, at 1 o'clock, we hit 12,000. Wahala says, lol, Yakala, Wahala. Nelisa says, congratulations, Clantis. Thank you so much. Thank you. Fezaka says, shoo, clan. Fam, enjoy your weekend. Ciao, 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 ciao. Thank you. Agnes' story is wild, definitely. Oh, her name is Agnes. I don't know what her name is. But anyways, guys, goodbye. Thank you so much. We'll never end this live if we continue talking. Bye, bye, bye. Much love. Love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I need to go celebrate my 12th